Yeah, I think it empowered people who felt voiceless. I feel like Black people and people of color have felt voiceless for a long time. And what happens is, in the past, we've kind of been like, yo, we're not okay. We haven't really recovered from the trauma of slavery, of oppression. But, you have these conversations, and not to say that white people or other races didn't care, but it's kind of like, oh, I'm so sorry, and I'm busy, I gotta go. Whereas in this, like how you said with quarantine, it forced people to be like, for that culture, our culture, to say no, like, we want answers. Why aren't these people arrested? Why is Derek Chauvin not charged? Why is he charged with second-degree murder? Why hasn't the charge been brought up? Like, what about the other officers? And there wasn't a moment where people could be like, oh, I'm so busy, okay, I gotta handle this. It was complete silence and stillness. And people, for the first time ever, were, like you said, weren't distracted by sports, weren't distracted by the Olympics, and they demanded answers. And it really showed that, it might seem when you watch these, and I have to remind myself this, when you watch these videos of these Karens, even if you added them all up, what is it, like 100, 200, whatever, that's still a lot, but in reference or in comparison to the number of white people and other races that stood up and marched with us, it goes to show that we're not all the way where we want to be at, but we're at a time where people are really standing up and saying, this ain't right. I don't care if it's Asians, if it's Jewish, if it's Blacks, this ain't right from a humanity perspective. And it showed those racist motherfuckers, I'm sorry, I don't know if I could cuss, that they're outnumbered. These aren't the days and times of Willie Lynch where KKK people can hide comfortably. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, y'all are outnumbered. It's a lot of y'all. There's more than, even if there's one, that's more than comfortable within the system, because the system is messed up. But it's saying, it's from the people's perspective, you guys are outnumbered, so either hang it up, you know what I mean, or get out the way. And I love that about what quarantine has done with social justice and stuff. I think music is the most important component to life. I had this argument with somebody, and they were strong in saying, no, it was sports. And eventually I got them to come around, but it was a heated argument. And people might not like this, right? But what I told him is, people, when they go work out, they put on music. So therefore, music to me is the most important, even more than sports, because before a basketball game starts, you sing the national anthem. That's music. In order to keep people on the stands during, for a halftime show at a football game, what do? You use music. There is nothing in life, when you go get a massage to calm you, you use music. You don't play a tennis match when somebody's getting a massage or they're getting a facial. It shifts your mood from happy to sad, sad to happy, motivation, all that good stuff. You know what I mean? At a funeral, you use music. When you're at church, to lift you up, you use music. So I think, to me, I was a little sad, because I looked at all of my peers from my generation, and I'm just like, where is the music? When this was happening with Selma and with Martin and Martin Luther and Malcolm X, like, they leaned on Mahalia Jackson and Nina Simone and Marvin Gaye with What's Going On, and they were so influential. Even Michael Jackson, what about They Don't Really Care About Us? All this stuff, all these songs that helped, it all went together. And it's like with us, it's like we were silent. And when I did Hanging Tree, that was during the Mike Brown situation. And I think when the George Floyd happened, the video went up like an extra 300,000 views, because people were just like, how is this song just as relevant now as it was 3 years ago? But I just wish I wanted more from my peers and my counterparts. And it's just like, this is so important, because even people who don't want to listen to, people who want to be ignorant to our needs and our cause, they listen to your music. So this is the way to insert that message even more and drive it home. So, when you have kids at home who are raised by racists, and they're with, like the lady said, there's a white lady, she's like an activist, I can't remember her name, but she says some powerful things. And she was saying racism is taught, you're not born with that. So yeah, if you're born into that household, so the only thing that kids can have to conflict that, to educate them, is through music, if their parents are filtering everything else. So I just wanted more, and I wish there were more of my peers using that time to really be vocal.